David, how did you think Mark Zuckerberg handled the group of rowdy and angry shareholders?
I think he handled them pretty well, but they were angry. People were shouting out from the audience, "What the hell are you going to do about the stock?" I mean, it was really angry.
Well, it's down more than 30% since the IPO price.
It's a disaster, and he acknowledged it more or less. He's talked about how disappointed he is. I just want to point out, though, Facebook's pervasiveness is so big. If you look at all the other stories that you're talking about today, Taksim Square, Facebook is the tool those protesters are using to go into the square in Istanbul. Facebook is the place that generated the money that led to Forward.us, which is causing this huge advocacy around U.S. immigration reform that's going to the Senate today. Zuckerberg created this huge lobbying. This company has put itself at the center of global developments, and I think
it sort of makes monetizing mobile.
But it is significant for its long-term future.
Is the mobile ad world going to work? It's gone from $1 billion in sales to $5 billion in sales. We're optimistic about revenue growth. Do their users want to partake?
People in the end like ads. That's a fact.
Oh, baloney. I totally disagree.
They want ads that work for them.
Porter, help me here. We're going to bring in Porter.
You live in a consumption society. People buy things. They enjoy buying things. They want to know what to buy. They need advice. They need information. It's not going to be, they don't want to be spammed. They don't want to get junk ads. But if the ads are useful to them, they will be responsive.
But is the Facebook strategy
I think
working?
David is way over the line. I think Mark Zuckerberg may be in over his hoodie. He has created a phenomenal and unique platform for over 1 billion users. And as David said, it's driving major events. But advertising is a hurdle. Facebook Home has not really got much traction.
Facebook Home is 3 months old. I mean, so what? I mean, these things take a long time.
Talk to anybody on Madison Avenue, and they're going to tell you they don't want.
People on Madison Avenue, I don't think most.
Well, they're the ones who write the checks.
What's happening in Silicon Valley?
They're the advertisers' representatives. They write the checks.
They're writing checks.
The mobile is there, but people don't want intrusive advertising. You don't want to click on your phone and look at somany's message to you and then see an ad first.
Yeah, but you're presuming toward it that it has to be intrusive. I mean, there are so many ways to convey messages, bluntly and subtly in any medium. It's just a matter of figuring out how you do it, because the money is there and the demand on the part of the users is there because they want to have the information.
Here's a key question that I didn't hear at the meeting yesterday. What's happening to Sheryl Sandberg, the grown-up in the Facebook
That did come up at the annual meeting. In fact, somebody specifically asked, "Are you going to leave?"
Right.
Which I thought was interesting, because everybody has been wondering with Lean In and all that. Is she going to leave? It's a reasonable question.
How much time has she spent at the company?
She insisted, "I plan to be here for the long term," which I'm not sure I totally believe.
This argument about ads really gets to the heart of the matter, whether they can actually monetize the billion-plus people and their global influence. Porter, Google does it.
Well,
why can't Facebook do it?
Well, Google's got a wholly different program, because
which they stumbled into.
Which they did stumble into. I'm not saying that it was all carefully calculated, but the problem that Facebook has is that ads have now gone mobile. I mean, that's growing 50% a year in terms of advertising expenditure, and soon it'll be all mobile. And mobile is a very different medium from anything else, because it's intrusive. You don't want to be hit in the face by an ad when you're looking at a phone message.
David, we see the flight of Facebook, and you were with me the day of the IPO, going from 32 grinding down to 24. What does the management team need to do to stabilize and reverse the stock price?
Convince people like you that in the short term they're going to sell enough ads, because I'm convinced in the long term. I'm not arguing this month they're going to sell enough mobile ads to make tons of money. I'm saying over the long term, which is Zuckerberg's relentless view, very long term, he's going to work it out. And I think it's a long-term buy. But you guys rightly are demanding, and Wall Street, to be convinced in the short term.
Who on the board is advising Mr. Zuckerberg of that long-term strategic?
Well, I think one of the key people is Reed Hastings of Netflix, who is a key member of the board, who's figured out a lot. Look at the guy, how he returned from the depths of failure to huge success, and he's a great guy to be listening to. And they've got some smart people on their board. Andreessen is no dummy either.